All right, hi everybody. Today we're going to be learning how to make this cool origami ball for our tree. So in your supply kit you should have enough to make one for yourself and one for the library. And there might be the same colors in the kit or they could be different colors. So just whichever one you want to make for us, and then whichever one you make for you, it's fine. You pick the colors that you want. So this is the end result that we're looking to make today. It's pretty cool. And this one, you can see I added some glitter on it. You don't have to add the glitter if you don't have the glitter. So I just added this fine glitter. If you've got some at home, awesome. Or you don't have to deal with glitter. Some people hate glitter. If you'll notice now, it's all over the table. And I also have some string to make for our to hang, and a hole punch. And if you don't have a hole punch, you can always use a needle and thread to thread up to hang, or you can even stab in a Christmas ornament hanger if you have one of those. But if you're giving it to us, we have the hole punchers and we can punch holes in it and put the string in if you want us to. This is what will come in your supply kit. So 2 of these pages make one of these balls. So you'll need all of those cut out to make one of these. So you'll need them all. So you'll get this and then you'll start cutting with the scissors. You can try to be as careful as you want. And when you're cutting, you'll cut all around it. And then I typically cut the whole thing out first. And sometimes to make it easier, I'm going to cut square by square so I can turn it like I want it. So I cut out the whole shape first. So you just go around the outline. Like so. If you have smaller scissors, that might be better. I'm not the world's best cutter and I tend to get impatient. So you have that, right? Then these lines here are where you're going to want to cut. So I just usually take the top of my scissors and snip. And then you'll have all of those should be like that, because you'll need those because that's how it's going to hook in with all of the other ones. And this one is, you can't tell on the camera, but it's pretty shiny on that side. It's really nice. So that's how you get started, and you'll do the same thing with all 12 of these. So you'll cut them all out. And then we'll get to the part where we put them all together. So we've got them all cut up now. And if you would, on the first or one of them, the part that you want to be your back or the bottom of it, you want to make a small mark. Like in this case, I put a small pencil mark, if you can see. That's just going to let you know where the bottom is, because as you start to put this together, it can get confusing as to where it begins and ends. And so you kind of want that as your guide to look for that small mark. And left-handers are going to put this together differently than me. I'm a right-hander. So just bear that in mind. So you'll just want to do the opposite, I guess, or you'll end up doing it on your own. But I'll go ahead and start. So you've got all the pieces. You're just going to want to essentially hook the first one on here, like so. All right. You've got that. You can kind of bend it a little bit. And you're going to want to follow the next one and put the next one on the bottom. And when you put the next one, now you can attach these two together. See how that works? And then you'll kind of straighten it out as you go. So now it looks like this. And again, you know that's the bottom because it's got your pencil mark. So now we're going to go and fill out the rest of these on the bottom. So actually start with the hook on the bottom one and then go to the one that's on the side. And sometimes you got to wrestle with it a little bit to get it to work. Do you see how that's looking? Do the next one. So we've got 2 more on this level. Oops. Sorry, I'm taking that off camera. All right, we got 1 more right there. So this time for the last one, you're going to have 2 places on the side to hook. That one, and then the one over here. Okay, so now it kind of looks like a little bowl, right? And there's your mark. That's important because of the next step. Now some people will make the other half and then try to hook them together that way. I think that gets too messy, but if you do this once and then you figure out that's what you want to do, then you can do that. But for now, we're just going to continue to build on our original one, or our first initial part. So now take your next one, and what you're going to want to do is, do you see where these 2 meet? Each place that they meet, you're going to want to do hook 1 part here and 1 part here. So you've got your new one. You always want to hook at the seams. So we're going to hook this one here and this particular cutout, and then this one on that cutout. So it looks like that. And then you will do the next seam. Like those 2 are joined there, so these are the 2 that you're going to want to hook in with this one, and then you'll also hook in that side right there. Okay? Got my 2 bottom pieces, and now the side piece. Okay, it looks like that. So you've got your first layer started, and do you see what I mean? You get so there's the bottom again. Always remind yourself this is the bottom, and then you're going to work your way around the top here. So here's my next seam that I'm going to hook these 2 on. Keep pulling it off camera. You really sometimes gotta make sure they match up in there, and you can always do slight adjustments and pull so that it's all together like that. Where's the bottom? There we go. Alright, and found my next seam, which is right there. This is the last seam here, the second level, before we put the top on. So we're almost done. Come on, little paper. this one was hard. Phew. There we go. Now, got all the parts except for the top part. Let's turn these out a little bit so that you can see where the top part will go. This is the time, if you're going to put a hole in the top right there to put your string through, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you're going to use the needle and thread, you can do that at this time too. So I'm going to take my hole puncher here and then punch as close to the middle as I can get it. And I have like a little teardrop shaped one, but only because I couldn't find the regular hole puncher I have. And then I'm just going to put my string in there like so. Come on. And then we'll tape it. Just using some tape. Easy peasy. And now we can put on our last piece, which will just work around the top. Then at the end, I encourage you to go around and kind of tighten areas together, because sometimes it wore themselves loose or they were never tight to begin with. And then you can kind of see, and it looks just so cool once it's done. And it's like, how did I even put that together? And you can see your little mark there. You can erase it. See it anyway. And there you have it. There's your origami bowl. Thank you for watching.